right. So what did you do to this video, sir?
So I just zoomed in to the corner because everything happens in the bottom right-hand corner. It's still in the bottom right-hand corner, but this is about, I don't know, 1/10 of the original image portion. And then I put in these annotations. So we see some kind of strike, and then about 10 seconds later, we see the reach for the popcorn. And within a second of that happening, we see what I believe to be the gunshot, the extension of the pistol.
Yes.
So the important part here is, first of all, this was not just about popcorn. That was not the first act of aggression by Chad Olson. There was that something happened 9-10 seconds earlier, at which point is when probably Curtis Reeves put his hand on his gun or began to reach for his gun. He certainly didn't reach for the gun in response to the popcorn being thrown, because the shot occurs less than a second after that, and you're not taking a pistol out of a pocket holster and firing it in under a second.
Right.
Certainly not in a seated position like this. So obviously something happened prior, and it sure looks to me like it's the strike described by Curtis Reeves. Given this video, what we see here, it's ambiguous, but of course the state has to disprove self-defense beyond ambiguity. They have to disprove it beyond a reasonable doubt. And this certainly raises, in my mind, a reasonable doubt about those events.
All right, here we go. So remember, you're going to be focusing on this right side of the screen here. You can see Curtis Reeves here, and you'll see Chad Olson. It comes into this area first. So that's to give you an idea of where to watch for things. So here's Curtis
he's
Reeves.
Coming back from the manager. He's picking up his popcorn, sits down, and then it stills because there's no movement. And there was the strike right there. That sure looked like a punch to the face to me.
Yeah, the popcorn.
That's not a flick of popcorn.
Yeah, the popcorn. When I first saw the popcorn, I thought he did punch him in the face. I thought he punched him on the grab.
Now, I don't know if you can freeze it at the strike because...
oh, that's a good action shot right there. That popcorn being tossed is amazing. Yeah, I'm going to go back to the strike. Let's see. Let's see if Vimeo lets me go frame by frame. It does not. I might switch to the YouTube video.
Sure.
That I have, because it'll let me go. Oh, here, this is part of it.
Yeah,
here's the phone, or whatever is illuminated by the infrared lights, assuming it's the phone, because here, let me pull up the YouTube vid, and it shows a little bit more. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna replay that, and then I'll go frame by frame from where the okay, so it's still frame here, and then here is the first frame with a phone in it, or right here. Here's the illumination. You can actually follow this thing as it travels, and hits. So you see it move from here to here. And then it's going to move as this happens. It's going to move and fall off in just a second, I think. Unless I already missed it dropping. I think I did. Let me go back. It moves like down this way to where his feet are. And the other thing to remember, oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'll help trace it.
We see this in the bottom right? This fuzzy thing come in.
Yeah, so here it comes, here it goes, and then it's going to travel down this way. There, now it's down here. Now it's down here. And this is, of course, where the cell phone would end up, between the feet of Curtis Reeves on the floor. So the phone is definitely a projectile. And this is Chad's arm here coming across. His left arm or whatever. So he looks like he launches it there.
And this is not analogous to the Rittenhouse video, folks, because the Rittenhouse video could have shown either the narrative consistent with innocence or with guilt. Which way was he pointing the rifle, up or down? It was ambiguous for either narrative. This is not the case. There's no narrative consistent with guilt where Chad's arm and phone are in Curtis Reeves' face.
So again, that's the issue there. This is consistent with his story that he felt like he was struck by something, and that's very interesting to me because I didn't buy it at first. I didn't really see it. When he grabs the popcorn in the far out video, and I first saw it, it was like, it kind of looks like he's grabbing the popcorn. I don't know. But yeah, after watching that video, that sure looks like something happens there. But trying to think what else I was going to say. But yeah, like you said, it can't be ambiguous. That's the whole point. That's the whole beyond a reasonable doubt standard, is that the state has to prove that it is not ambiguous. And I don't know that they've done that here. I don't know that they've done that at all. What else was I going to say?
Yeah. So folks, if you think it's more likely than not that it wasn't self-defense, that's not enough.
Right. Gates of Above says, looks justified, but the jury should find some guilt due to the ugly bow ties. Also find the judge guilty to accessory after the fact with the pen clicking and coughing into the mic. To listen to that during the trial is torture.
Would it be funny if it had actually been Chad Olson was clicking a pen in the theater?
Chad Olson's ghost? he was clicking a pen in the theater. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. I thought you meant in the courtroom. I was like, yes, he came back to haunt the courtroom. He's like, they won't find him guilty, but I'll torture them with clicks. S. Asp says, since the